Welcome, everybody. All right. How are we doing, everybody? I'm going to need to bring this up, I think, for me. Let me pop up the live chat a little bit bigger for me. Shout out to Matt Marash if he's here with us. But getting my takeout dinner ready. That's how it feels right now. I've got so much stuff out here that I just had to bring out. I got 2 giant things of water and a cup of coffee. It has been a week, if you can't tell. The whole house sounds about like this right now, but we're getting better. Let me see here. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm making sure everything is running as it should be. Let me know if you can hear or if you can see the chat big enough on screen and how that's looking. This is going to be an interesting... I need to figure out how to keep all of my screens organized here. Welcome, everybody. Tonight, we could do a few different things. I'm going to let you guys decide here in a minute once everybody gets in here. But yeah, apologies for how I sound. Always apologies for how I look. The whole house has been just... Well, Molly tested positive for COVID. I didn't take the test, but I got a whole bunch of symptoms, so I thought, why bother taking the test? I'll just ride this out. So that's what I've been doing the last few days, and yeah, it's been rough. Okay, you can see everything on screen. Making sure that's good. If that works for you guys, then I'm going to keep the chat up a little bit bigger where I can see it. How's everybody doing tonight? Sound fine, looks good, very good. Flu is going around really bad this year. Yeah, all of our friends, it seems like everybody right now is insanely sick. So I do feel like I'm getting better, which is nice. I definitely didn't feel like I was going to be able to record or stream yesterday. I was kind of not sure, but I thought, this early into the year, I missed once already from being sick. It's too early in the year to miss a second time already. So if you guys can deal with my voice, then that's what we're going to be doing. But I thought what we might do is take a look at some books like last week, because that was a lot of fun. But also, I've been playing a lot with something called gel plate printing. And let me just show you. Let me adjust my camera setup. I also rearranged things out here because I was getting a little stir crazy, feeling sick, and I just needed to get on my feet and moving and tinkering with stuff. And oddly enough, like 8 hours after I was out here, I came out here to work on something completely separated, and then I ended up just rearranging things and like fine-tuning stuff for the live stream, which needed done anyway. But that's not what I came out here to do. And I was getting really frustrated with myself because I felt like I just was doing all of these other little things when I really needed to do the one thing. And then like 8 hours later, Van Neistat made a video sort of about that thing and made me feel a lot less angry at myself, because I normally just get frustrated with myself and I'm like, why am I like this? And that video was really good. So check out that video. I think it was called Easy Flow State versus hard flow state. I think that's what it's called. Really great video though. It was like exactly what I needed to hear. I get comments like that sometimes where people are like, this is specifically what I needed to hear today, and you made the video, which is always the coolest thing. That was one of those moments for me where I was like, damn, I needed to hear every single bit of that. So that was amazing. The entirety of Ohio is sick. Yes, it is, for sure. Chat is blocking a good third of your video. Okay, so that is one thing that I want to get feedback on when we go sort of top down, because that was one thing that people asked about, was like, can we get the chat included in the stream? But, oh, okay, I can make it smaller. Are you guys seeing that in real time? That would be amazing. If I didn't realize earlier I was trying to resize it and I had to like manually go in and adjust things. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, if that works, that would be great. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I can move it around. I can get rid of it when it's not needed. Give me feedback. That's the cool thing about the stream right now. Early on, as I'm figuring out all these other things as well, is like when you guys give me feedback, we can try it out like this in real time, and let me know. Super small on a phone. That was what I was kind of curious about, was like, how well is it going to come across on screen for people to see it? Because right now I have a second pop-out chat window that's over here on the right side of my screen, so I can read that. Papaw can't read that fine print. Matt, what's with 3 different lights set up on the last 3 streams? It's indecisiveness. It's one of my key traits that I've had since I was a kid, is like always changing things up. That's what I was talking about just a second ago. Like, this desk was here and this table was here, and this has all of the outlets, and it's on wheels, and it's height adjustable. Why isn't this my setup that I can use to record on? And it's bigger, so I have more space over here for this kind of stuff, for books, for my computer, my Rodecaster behind it. You know, you gotta fine tune the setup. That's part of the game. Do we need to see the chat? That's the other thing. Sorry, Pete, I just saw this. That was one thing that I hadn't thought about until people were asking about it. So I don't know. Maybe it'll stick around, maybe not. You guys can keep me, give me your feedback on that. All right, cool. Enough about that. I'll get distracted too easily. Let's talk about these. Whoa, now it is way too big. Yeah, it's not even on. You know what? We don't need it. Not for this portion anyway. This is what I've been kind of playing with lately, and I thought maybe I would just share what I've been up to and kind of show what this process is, but also maybe do one live on stream and just show you what the process actually looks like. So let me know what you guys think, but let's take a look at them. Get a sip of coffee here. Like I said, bear with me on my voice and on, yeah. Yes, I do have Hobo lights, although now they're called Harlow lights. Or Harlow Creators, or Harlow is like the overall name of the brand now instead of Hobo Light. So, but yeah, they're great. Where do I even begin here? These are gel plate prints, and what you use is this thing right here. You can see the container. It's good to keep the container in it because these things, well, they're sticky, and I've got some tracing paper underneath it just to be able to hold on to it easier, but it is this rubbery jello. Some people call it jelly printing. I've seen it called gel plate printing. You know, whatever you want to call it. It's printing with this thing, and it is wild. Let me see here. Black coffee. Black coffee, you're brave. Come on. Black coffee is the only way. I mean, if I'm getting fancy coffee, sure, I'll have a latte every once in a while, but that is very rare. Black coffee is the only way to go. So let me show you essentially how this started. It started like this. That was, I believe, the first one that I tried. Or no, this is what I tried to get a transfer from, and it didn't work. So this is like all loose. There's all kinds of stuff in here, but this was the first one where I was like, okay, now I actually got a result, and it kind of, it was like the light bulb went off. I was like, okay, now I think I know how I want to start messing around with this. But really, it all started. Let me show you this little book right here. I got this at Barnes & Noble. It's just a book. The beginning of it is sort of about different artists and different kinds of collage art, but it's mostly just a material book. So it's tons and tons of stuff that you would see in a lot of like vintage magazines, that kind of stuff. Obviously, it would be ideal to like find a bunch of magazines, which I've been asking around locally, friends that have stuff, and people are going to be sending stuff over, which is great. But using that to make collages, I started messing around with that. And then I started thinking about using that for this printing process, because I've wanted to learn this process for a long time now. But essentially what you would do is, well, we could do it with this one right here. Things get stuck together. If this were a magazine sheet, you could lay your ink down, press this on it to transfer, and then use that to transfer onto your actual paper. The issue, trying to think here, the issue that I haven't been able to do here at the house is with inkjet printing. Typically, it doesn't work as well. You can do it with inkjet prints. I have not had any luck with it yet, but a laser printer, that's something that is now on my essentially my wish list, my shopping list. As soon as I can, I'm going to get a laser printer here at home, so that way essentially once you have the print that you're going to be transferring from, then you can do whatever you want with it. And that idea has got me thinking about taking photos that I've shot and working with them in a way to make a simple laser print, black and white, halftone, kind of mess with the bit depth there, and then take photos and repurposing them into things other than just the photo themselves. Cyanotypes, Polaroid emulsion lifts, all of that kind of stuff I've always loved. And so seeing people do this online was like, as soon as I first saw it, I would watch videos on TikTok or Instagram Reels of people printing all kinds of stuff. But the way, since I don't have any actual laser prints, I don't have anything like that to work with here at home. I decided to just take some photos out of a copy of Surveyor. Sometimes when you get books printed, or not sometimes, always, there are going to be a couple of books every once in a while that will have some kind of blemish. Something doesn't kind of bind perfectly well, or it's very rarely a printing issue. It's usually more so the actual physical edges of the book, the spine, those sort of things. If there's an issue with that and it's not going to be like up to the right standards, then I will set it aside as like a personal copy, a friend or family copy, and then that's just like my own personal archive. So I took one of those and just started cutting pages out of the book. And so I can't resize them, but that's the idea. Once I get a laser printer, being able to print these at any size for whatever the intended purpose is going to be, I think that'll be really fun. Let me pop up the chat here. Yeah, gel plate printing, gel plate printing, jelly printing. I've seen people refer to it a few different ways. Anything like that. But I thought maybe we would try one out on stream because they're just a lot of fun. And lately, over the last few days, while I've been sick, while all of us have been sick, this one didn't work. I was making faces with some of the stuff I found in this little material book, and started making something. I was going to make a portrait and put it sort of over top of a photo, and it didn't work at all. And so now it's just covered in ink, and I don't think I can use it now. Maybe if I put gel medium over it, I could get something to transfer. I don't know. But regardless, I've learned since I've started playing with all of this stuff, there's like every piece of scrap, everything gets used. There is nothing where I'm like, oh, that's trash. This right here, I made a print and I didn't like the way any of it looked. I used like a bunch of bright colors just to see what it would look like, and I kind of hated it. So I just cut it out and then just slapped it on this, which was, I think, one of the first ones I tried, or it's like a strip of one of the first ones I tried. And I'll probably cut parts of that out and add it to something later. Yeah, I don't know. It's been fun. Yeah, it kind of is. So it's not like a rubber stamp. I mean, it works in the same way in the sense that you're making a print by, physically, you're putting the ink on here and you're making contact with the paper. But once it dries and you peel the paper off, it's peeling all of the paint with it. You might have some little bits left, but ideally, if you get a really good clean transfer, you're peeling all of that ink off, and this is just reusable. In fact, when it first came out, I was like really worried about being too rough with it, or I didn't know, how much you could wipe it off and clean it. And everything I've learned online is like, you basically have to use this thing a lot to break it in. Otherwise, you're not going to get as clean results. So that's been encouraging, is like knowing that I can just do this over and over, and I'm only breaking this thing in even more. So Chris, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Hey, I haven't watched your Z6 III video yet, but I'm gonna check that one out because I might be getting that camera on loan to try out as like a video or streaming camera. So we'll see. But yeah, let's try this out. I don't know yet which photo will do. I think if I remember right, I think I have some that I've already cut out. I was using the books that I was cutting from, just using those to get the ink off the brayer. Why not? They look nice. So why is the laser printer better than inkjet? Great question, Joey. Joey, I hope you and the family are well. The reason for that, supposedly, is the way the toner works on a LaserJet printer. It works better at sort of either blocking or receiving of the ink. I can't really remember right now off the top of my head which one that would be. But essentially what we're going to be doing when you make your first layer, you put down a really, really thin layer of black ink on the jelly plate, and then after you put your image on, you kind of make sure it has good contact, and then you peel everything off kind of quickly on the first layer, which that was a big learning curve as well. There are so many little variables, and until you just start playing with it, you have no idea. But it's just been so much fun as like a new thing to mess around with. Okay, yeah, here I cut a few of these. The thing is, it works really well with high contrast, and specifically with Surveyor, it's a lot of like flatter contrast. It's definitely not as contrasty as Friend of Mine. All of this was shot on Tri-X, whereas this was all a mix of a few different Ilford films. A laser printer fuses the toner to the paper where an inkjet lays it on top. Beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate the explanation there, Other Matt. Which one are we gonna be doing? I kind of want to like cut this out. I want to cut this out and place it in something else. Yeah, maybe we'll try that. Maybe we'll like do something a little different here. Cut that and is that what we're doing, guys? Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. I got way too much stuff up here though. Give me a moment to clear the space. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of random stuff here, and it's just been super fun. So, oh yeah, this one. I want to show this one real quick. I don't have a ton of like printmaking paper, so I've just been using construction paper to learn and practice with. And I love using this like white. It was like an antique white color, but then on the orange, there's like this weird sort of like 3D effect where when you look really close at like the edges, come on, focus, yeah. If it almost looks like a photo of the jelly plate in a weird way, like photographing it over top of like a sheet of orange paper. Does that make sense? I don't know. There was something about this like color combination, using this for the highlights and nothing, you know, sort of like odd, like a yellow color across everything. I don't know. I was really hyped on how that turned out, and that was another sort of like, oh, okay, that gives me another idea and another idea. That one, printing it on black with like some red and white, it didn't spread like I thought it would, but I kind of liked how it looked. It's just fun. You just got to play, you know? All right. Let's throw. Look out. I work in IT, and printers were the bane of my existence. I hate them. Yeah, I tell you, I've been researching the at-home laser printers since I started doing all of this and trying to find which one to get, and the Brother printers seem to be like well reviewed and everything, but I still don't know. Don't buy an HP, whatever you do. Yeah, I think if I remember right, no, I do have one HP printer over there, my little inkjet home office printer. That's what I've got. All right. Do we want to... Should I go with cutting this out and inserting it like back here in this photo, sort of in this space? Or do I try one with this photo just as is, essentially covering this entire 8x10 sheet? You guys let me know what you think. And I'm going to grab supplies. Black. That one. All right. Well, now I don't know where my stream went, or my window. There we go. Beautiful. All right. I think, first of all, the truth is, no matter how we start it, there's a very real chance it's not going to work regardless, right off the bat. People are just absolutely destroying printers tonight. You got one person sticking up for them. All right. So, again, I want to make it very clear that we're going to try this tonight. And there's a very real possibility that the first one that we do here, it's not going to work. So, you're going to see it in real time. I'm going to need something to... There we go. Printer, I hardly know her. Printer damn near killed her. I work a day job, so HP printers have a soft spot in my heart. Yeah, they're the little, they're the backbone of the American workforce. All right. So we're going to do just a little bit here. The goal is to get this paint spread out somewhat thin across the entire plate, relatively evenly. But the beauty of this is it doesn't have to be perfect. There's a lot of the sort of like messy look that I like about most of the gel plate prints that I've seen that I really like. And that might even be... I mean, they say you want it to be like thin, so here goes nothing. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if that was the right amount. That, to me, has been the trickiest aspect of it. However, I don't know this type of printing... for these pages of a book, it's, if I was working with like a laser print, maybe it would be better. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, no. Spoke too soon. This side didn't transfer. Over here was looking good. I don't know if you guys saw that. But... I think, see, that just pulled some of it off, too. Whatever. There'll be part of it. We'll just go with that, and we'll add some stuff over here. So, yeah, every time I make one of these, now that page is done. Suppose I could add this, like, right here in this section. And just see how that looks. Yes, I do, Tyler. That's a good suggestion, because that's actually what I do for not this next step, I guess, but one of the steps with the gel medium as well. Yes, Matt, that's correct. So the way it's done, we transfer the image from this to the plate, and now we start adding paint to the plate on top of this, essentially working in layers. And then when we're done, we're going to put the paper on top and then peel it off, and it's going to be, the reverse of that, obviously. So while you're lining things up and getting things ready on the plate, it's going to be backwards, but you don't have to print things in reverse in order to transfer, because the transfer isn't going to the print, it's going to this material, and then it's being transferred again. So that's why you don't have to print backwards to get the reverse image, if that makes sense. Okay, we got to let this dry a little bit. I do have a little heat gun, which I might bring over in order to kind of speed up the process in between, but we will see. Just set a Pentax 6.7 on there. That's the thing. It's worked great because I've got the two books I've been cutting from. I've just been taking those and stacking them on top. All right, let me find... I've got a bigger ruler somewhere over there, but we don't really need it for this one. So I'm going to take this page, and I don't know how well it will transfer down here, but I'm thinking at least the trees. I think we're going to have something to work with here to kind of fill in this dead space where the previous one didn't really work. Another thing, I think I was talking about it last week on stream, my neighbor that has all the bird feeders, I took the Nikon and the 70-200 over there that I'm borrowing specifically to get bird photos for my neighbor. I took that over there today to get some photos, and man, 70-200 really doesn't get you very far in the bird world, does it? You gotta really get something like a 300 to 500 at least, I'd say. I don't know if there's any birders in the chat right now, but I was like, damn, the weekend wedding photographer can't really just go take their kit to get some serious bird shots. I guess you're gonna have to really get something longer for that. All right, this should be dry. I see one of my hairs on the plate. We don't need that, you know. All right, let's leave this out of the way for now. We might come back to that. Okay, so it helps to put this over white while you're working so you can actually see what you're doing. So yeah, there's something I need to do. Something. I mean, if that kind of filled in that space right there, that could look kind of cool. I mean, it's going to be backwards, but you get the idea. Yeah, let's try that. We're going to have to just get the ink in this area. One thing you can do with just like baby wipes or like Clorox wipes is just wiping it off after it dries while it's still wet, either way. But it's a really easy way to like fix any marks or erase things that you don't want in the print. Earlier I did it just kind of almost like you would if you were like scribing like a cut line, just with my thumb just over the edges of it, and I got a nice clean-ish line, but it still had that sort of like handmade feel to it. Reminded me a lot of the darkroom prints, like getting that cornered or getting the edges filed. This one right here that I was showing earlier, the edge is just the black ink that was left over outside of the photo here. So I essentially just took my thumb and wiped the excess off on these corners just to get it, you know, somewhat more even. But I like that look a lot. Have you ever used a reflex / mirror lens? Any thoughts? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've a lot of them. My first camera was an SLR. Yeah, if you're talking digital or film, let me know. But But yeah, absolutely. All right, let's try this. Let's see. Try and get a little bit more ink. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. I guess we'll go there. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I think that was too much ink. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was too much ink. Well, let's see. Yeah, you can literally just wipe it away. Let me grab a wet wipe. We'll see. Let's see. Oh no, I meant catadioptric lenses, the kinds that have mirrors inside of it. Oh, no. I apologize. No, I thought you were talking about something different. No, I've never tried that. That sounds wild, though. Yeah. Need to figure out. Yeah, maybe we'll just throw this one over top of the whole thing. I don't know. Let me hop back over here. There we go. Get the chat back open. All right. I think it was last week we were talking about, I don't know if Tyler's in here, Tyler Rossum, but last week I think we were talking about looking at Roger Deakins' Byway. Byways? Is that what it's called? Tyler, if you're at home watching, let me know. But he had texted me tonight about possibly bringing that book over. That's one that I think we talked about on stream sometime going through. So if that is one that you guys want to check out, let me know, and maybe we'll do that next week. Let's see. Another one that we were talking about last week was pretty sure, I don't think we talked about it yet, was I finally finished Better Call Saul, and I do think it is the better show over Breaking Bad, but I know this is like very current stuff to talk about, but I just finished the show, and yeah, it's so good. But now I need more recommendations on stuff to watch. I think it was it Mindhunter was one that we were talking about one of the times, one of the streams. I need to check that one out. But what have you guys been watching or listening to? Where are you guys at right now? What are you doing? What time is it? Let me into your lives. Tell me about your lives. Gonna drive this cop car right through, right there. Right there, the wall. Oh, message retracted. Nice try, AJ. Did everyone see that? Did everyone see AJ in the chat trying to make a joke and then he made a typo? So now he's going to retype it in the chat. AJ bought a cop car. AJ is the House of Masks. He bought a cop car. I saw. I haven't seen it in person yet, but AJ, that is something AJ would do, is not actually drive his cop car through my wall, but he would show up here at the barn on a stream sometime. All right, we've cut this one out. I think we're just going to leave it as is and slap it on there. Editing portraits, right on. Listening while scanning some film. Started watching Succession, slightly less behind on TV. Yeah, that's one that my brother was always telling me to watch, and I never did. New Hampshire, sitting on the couch. Manage an IT service desk by day, try to be a photographer by night. Hell yeah. Right now, like the majority of this whole new like day-to-day schedule and stuff, stay-at-home dad, it's been pretty nice. Let's see. Crazy snowstorm here, so we're hunkered down working on photos. Hell yeah. I'm so done with the snow. We don't have it, I'm sure, not as bad as what you've got up there, Chris, but we got more. The kids had a snow day today, which is great because that means Molly also has a snow day. So we all just hung out at home today, and it was awesome. But I mean, we all feel like crap anyway, so we just kind of laid around. But I'm just done. I'm done with the snow, no matter how, pretty it is or whatever. I'm over it. Oh, you're a skier. Okay, well, that makes sense. I would imagine you're thoroughly enjoying it then. Love the first season of Mindhunter. Had to stop with the second season because it's so incredibly dark, but good. Oh, damn. That's rough. I feel like there was a show. What was it? Oh, I think it was Breaking. It was when I was rewatching Breaking Bad. A couple of the episodes, I forgot just how dark it was, and I was just like, "Oh, I gotta do something else. I can't like go to bed after watching this. I gotta reset the brain." You coming with us Saturday for Benji's birthday? No. What are we doing Saturday? There's something going on Saturday. Ben texted me earlier. I can't remember what it is, but I'll text you about it later, AJ. I wish I could, though. It sounds awesome. Let's see. 35 degrees Celsius in Melbourne, Australia today. Dang, that's... oh, yeah, you're cooking then. Anyone here from Illinois? My parents live up by Chicago, and I think they got a bunch of snow, but not sure. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh man, Daniel, I'm sorry to hear that. That I've heard that podcast, All There Is with Anderson Cooper. Yeah, good. Daniel, I'm super sorry to hear that, man. If I remember right, I listened to that maybe a year after, 6 months to a year after my mom passed, and that's an incredible podcast. I mean, it doesn't feel like just a podcast. It's so special. Man, yeah, that makes me want to go back and re-listen to it. That's a great one. But yeah, we were talking about stuff that we've been listening to and watching lately. Richard, the prison shoot was super fun. We were there for a couple of hours on sort of like a private trip or a private tour. It was really just like a private. Here you go. Here's where everything is. Let us know if you need anything, which was amazing. It was super fun. And I shot a little bit with my M6, but I mostly shot with the Z8 and the 35. I had the 24-70 on Tyler's camera that he was filming with. The Z8 I'm borrowing. So I knew if I wanted to use the 24-70, I could just swap the lenses with Tyler while he was filming. But I wanted to just stick with the 35. Like, having all of the freedom of the Z8 versus, loading a roll of HP5, that already just felt like I have unlimited, freedom here, and I needed something to kind of like rein me in just a little bit. So I stuck with just the 35. That way it was like, it kind of just forced me a little bit to stay focused with that one focal length in mind. But it was super fun. Like I said, we were there for a couple of hours. I think if we had, I don't know. There were some spots that were locked off that I really wanted to shoot. But they were closed off because of like renovations, or water pipes had frozen and there was like ice all over the floor. It was super cold in there. Excuse me. It was super cold there. So we weren't really prepared for that. We knew we were going to be inside, but I didn't really think about it. Obviously, a lot of just open air and open windows. And it was insanely cold. So none of us were dressed properly because we were all thinking like, we'll be inside, it'll be fine. And that was rough. So by the end of it, we were all ready to like leave, get in the car and warm up a bit and then go get some food, which we did. And it was super fun, and good food. We definitely want to go back to Mansfield because it was like a very short walk that we made while we were there, but it was awesome. So, yeah, I think I might make a video just about the prison and sharing the photos and stuff. But I also might just make sort of a like February vlog of like, here's everything I shot this month. Let me know what you guys think. Kevin, good to see you. You sound sick, but I'm sure you probably talked about that already. Yes. Yeah. The whole family, we're all getting through it. What's your favorite lens for Nikon SLR bodies? I'm using the 35 f2 right now. Yeah, the AIS 35 f2. If so, that's one of my favorites for sure. The old 50 f1.2 from Nikon is a beautiful lens. I used to use that on my FM2 for a bit, and I really liked it, specifically for portraits. That was like the main thing I used it for, to shoot portraits wide open at f1.2. It's definitely a usable lens for other things, but, that was like the whole point to get that lens for me. So it's great. Vincent, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Killer burrito spot in Mansfield was a lifesaver during the doc production. Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about that, about you being up there. Yeah, we went to Uncle John's place, I think is what it's called. Little diner. Good burgers. When it comes to streaming, Paradise on Hulu is the show of the year. The plot twists are crazy. Okay, I'll look into that one. 35 years, 1.2 on Nikon has me thinking about switching from Sony. That is... Oh, wait. 35 years? Or are you saying... Okay, 35, 1.2. I was like, wait, hold on. Oh, Carrie. All right. Pause the stream. Carrie Banyez in the chat. Yo, I don't know shit for shit about photography, but Matt effing rules. Keep it up, homie. Hope the fam as well. Carrie is an old, longtime friend. When I was, how old was I, Carrie? I was probably 14 when I first saw Carrie. It was like the local legends of skateboarding is Carrie Banyas right there. And then yeah, I have Carrie's old skate videos that I've got. My kids have watched Carrie's skate videos with me. That's amazing, Carrie. I love to see you here, man. Yeah, it's great to see you. That made my night. All right. Yeah, Richard, the 35 1.2. The only thing is that lens and the 50 1.2 from Nikon, they look incredible, but they are huge. Like water bottle this size, like massive lenses. And I just I couldn't see myself actually using one of those for anything other than one specific portrait shoot. A wedding day, I couldn't see myself carrying that lens around even. Viewing party stream for Carrie Banya's highlights. Carrie would love that. Film my buddy's YouTube videos about that. Chris, was it the Petapixel one? Because I saw that today with Chris. The other Chris. a different Canadian Chris. Yeah, and those lenses, yeah, they are crazy expensive as well. All right, let me see here. Oh, Taylor Jackson one. Okay. I gotcha. All right, let's get let's get back to it. Let's see how this goes. All right. Nikon ZFC. Oh yeah. Hey, I will admit I'm not capable of using a manual camera. There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the thing. You can use whatever you want, man. Simon, a friend in Philadelphia, he and I were talking about it. Him, shooting weddings full time, making a living with it. And he's like, I shoot an aperture priority all day long, and it's great, I think there's maybe it's like when you're starting out and you want to learn everything, there's nothing wrong with that, but don't ever feel less than for not, doing what you do the way everyone else does, because, doesn't matter. I don't know if this is going to work either, guys, but we're going to try it out. Whoop. Went a little bit further than I wanted to there. Hey, we got something. Now see, the first one we tried, or the other one, didn't want to work at all. All right. Do we want to leave it like that? Maybe start working this way? Maybe. I feel like we could put a little something there. Let me find something. There it is. It's over here looking for it. Let's see. Chat here. This is quite interesting. Good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. What green mat is that? It is something called Tech Tools cutting mat. It is a 17-inch by 23-inch. This is gel plate printing. So yeah, for everyone, I forgot, we kind of took a break while this was drying, and then, let's see, sorry, let me get back to this. There we go. So, gel plate printing is this kind of stuff that I've just been messing around with over the last few days, and I'm becoming obsessed with it. And I'm cutting pages out of the book to add to it because I don't have inkjet prints to work with, I don't have laser prints, which laser prints work better for this process than inkjet prints do, because of the way the toner interacts with the paint, as Matt Soch described earlier, or explained earlier. And so yeah, we're transferring images onto this plate, and then after this, we'll basically take this plate and transfer that onto a different piece of paper. Let's see. That's the thing. There's a lot of flat contrast in this book, and it works much better with high contrast scenes. This one I feel like could just look cool if anything transfers. I don't think it will. And we're getting to the end. Maybe the closing shot. That's too big. We're gonna try taking this. It's a photo of a... it's not a sewer cover, but same concept as a sewer cover. But it has the state seal of Ohio, which is... the image of this is actually from Chillicothe. The state seal of Ohio has the hills from Great Seal State Park, which is in Chillicothe, because it was the first capital. Hi, Matt, just caught you live for the first time. Big love from Argentina. Hell yeah. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Gel print version, I'll pre-order. Oh, yeah, Matt, I know who you're talking about. Kook. Yeah, manhole cover. Exactly, Daniel. Gel printing has me wondering, would you do more videos on alternate processes with the GOAT Matt Seal again? I should screenshot that and send it to him, because I'm sure you just made his day. But yeah, that would be fun. We are talking about doing a video where he has this, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's essentially something for wet plates, but you're using a Rolleiflex. I don't know. It's like tiny wet plates. He bought a back that was made, I think, for... Maybe it was made for... I can't remember. It was made for something else, I think, and he's modifying it in order to make wet plates, like tiny little wet plates inside of a Rolleiflex. And I don't know how he's going to do it, but I'm sure he's going to figure it out. And when he does, I'm sure we'll make a video on it, because that sounds like fun. But I would love to do more videos on more alternative processes. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I did a video on like a emulsion lift, and I wasn't on camera throughout the entire video. It was just a top-down shot, I think I was sick when I made it, but it was just me doing an emulsion lift and kind of talking about different thoughts that I had at the time about photography and art and everything. And I think I'm going to sit down and make one of those while I work on some of these, some emulsion lifts or collages, whatever. Just sit down, turn on the camera, start playing around, and just talking in a similar way like what we're doing now. But with this, obviously, you and I can have a conversation, and we can take breaks and all of that stuff. Whoops. You know, I love this aspect of it. Like I said, I want to talk about specific things that I have in mind that I've been like writing about. So I think I'm going to do that in a video soon. Because every time I make one of those, where it's just kind of talking about, it's just thinking out loud really, about photography, about art, about everything. I always get those comments where it's like, I always appreciate these videos, or I always enjoy these videos the most, where it's not about a specific, you know, camera or lens or film type or process. It's more just hanging out and talking. Again, like what we're doing tonight. I think we might do that in the next video. So there we go. All right. So we're going to try and just fill in this little dead zone right here. We'll probably throw something down here afterwards. And maybe, just maybe, none of this will even turn out. Because that's the thing. You can go through the whole process of doing all this stuff, and then something will have not worked out, and you're just like, well, it was fun. Got to play a little bit, you know. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed the emulsion lift video. Those are always fun. And I haven't done a lift in a while, so I thought maybe now would be a good time to maybe revisit that and do a new one. I also need to buy a smaller brayer because working in close proximity like this, I don't know how well that's going to work. We're going to have to just overlap. But again, some of the best parts of this process is the fact that, you know, it's going to be messy, and that kind of has a cool look to it. I think I'm pulling ink off at this point, though. This is the tricky part, is like finding that balance between, too much ink like that, and scrap here. Yep. See? Look at that. Pulling all the ink off that corner. So now we got to start over. Let me roll this out. Could be where it all falls apart, folks. I don't trust it, but we're going. Nothing. I don't think that one transferred. Nope. You got the little sun flares up top, just barely. It's probably not going to transfer into anything. But whatever. Like I said, we're just playing anyway, and I kind of just wanted to show how the process looks. Or how the process works, I should say. But now, let's just leave that as is, and we'll start getting some color in here. I want to do blue because I feel like it will have sort of a cyanotype feel to it if I incorporate some blue in here. But I don't know. Let's see if we do blue, or should we do white and print it on blue? Maybe that's what we'll do. That might look cool. Yeah, I'll add a little blue. Why not? Why not? White on blue? Okay. All right. All right. We'll do that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use antique white because this, I think, looks awesome. I love this color. All right. You know what? I'm going to grab my heat gun. So that way... let's hope I don't... oh, I don't want to do that. Hold on. I don't want to blow a breaker. Okay. Make sure this is good and dry. Been told, or I've heard, that you don't want to use the heat gun too much. That can damage the plate if you do it too, you know, just get it too hot. You just don't want to do that, you know? How are we going to... Tell you what, I mean, nothing about this transfer looks good right now. If I haven't said it already, I don't know if I've shared my thoughts so far, but none of it looks good right now. But that's fine. I've learned that, you know, even the ones that don't look good, I still like. Do we want to do... Let's do like a royal blue. You know? Let's go as blue as we can. I also really like... I like the construction paper. I like the softer colors. The light blue is great. But I think with white paint, we should go royal blue on this one. So that's what we're going to do, folks. There's something about the live stream where I want to, I don't know, it's that host thing where I want to switch into a host voice. And that's what we're doing tonight, folks. Blue and yellow. Blue and yellow looks rad. I've done that on a couple of them. Trying to decide if I want to... Normally, I just put a couple like dabs in a few different spots. I kind of want to maybe try rolling it out on paper first and then... Nah, whatever. We don't need to worry about it. We're just going to do it. Whoop. And in this stage, you do use a little more ink than you would when you are using the black layer in order to pick up the image transfer. I've learned that is when you use a little bit of ink, and then when you want to start adding your layers, you can put in a lot more then. Now, I didn't do it on this time, simply because I forgot. But I've been doing a layer of the gel, like a gloss gel medium. I've been doing that over the black before, and then like letting that dry before I add my color. And I do think I like the look of that a lot more. But again, I forgot to do that part of the step. So let's try this. We're just going to eyeball it right about there. And we'll go ahead and start rolling it out. Whoop. Yes, Mike, you can transfer it to fabric, which is something I would like to do. I really want to learn how to quilt. That was something that my mom and I started doing when she was going through chemo. She's always been a quilter. She quilted all her life, and I wanted to make a quilt with her, but we did not get a chance to finish that. We also were going to go to a town. I can't remember where. It's somewhere in Missouri, I think. It's like a whole town built on quilting. And we were going to go there to kind of check that out, take a trip together, but we didn't get a chance to. But you can transfer this stuff onto fabric, and I think it would be super cool. I've always wanted to do like a Sienna type quilt. I think that would be amazing. Oh no, why are you rooting the color? Oh, the art of gel printing. Yeah, I am talking to myself at all times. That's how it always goes. Yes, quilting it is super intense. What's up, Mel? Good to see you in here. It is very much, it's so involved. I really want to learn more. I want to be able to sew a lot of different things, but quilting is something that it's super intimidating, but I love the utility, factor of a quilt. The kids, like all of their beds have quilts that my mom or my grandma made. When I was a kid, it was the same way. Like they're using the same quilts that I used as a kid. They last a lifetime if you take care of them, and they're just awesome. Yeah, I want to do more stuff like that. But yeah, this part of the process, you wait a little bit longer. And so I've been doing the 2 books stacked up on top. And, oh yeah, gel printed skateboard. You could definitely do that. With the construction paper, the only issue is this stuff, which I forgot. Let me get us back here. The construction paper, it tears a little bit easier. It's not made for this stuff. So, all right, y'all. So here we go. So far, so good. But you got to be real careful because it can tear pretty easily. The paper, with it being this wet with ink. A little bit more transferred than I thought it would. Hold on, I got to be able to move this. Here we go. Trying to do it to where you guys can see it a little bit better. Well, the actual transfer like this stage is maybe one of my better transfers. Sucks that it was one of my better transfers or better prints, I guess. This isn't the transfer part. This is, I guess, technically the printing part. It's probably one of my better printed gel plates. It's just a matter of, we were just playing around with pages that weren't made for this or intended for this. But yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, you can see a little bit more of the seal than I thought you'd be able to. We've got the fence here from the first photo, and then we've got that shot. These were all just random pages in Surveyor that we cut out if you're just now joining us. Yeah, this is gel printing. I always want to say gel printing. But yeah, I like that color combination though. That's fun. And again, it's it's just another one to add to the collection, essentially, of figuring out how it all works. That's been the most fun thing about all of this is I don't know how any of it, works. I don't have my own sort of like process down or whatever. It's been pretty much every time. Once I got the first one to transfer and I could figure out like the gist of it, every single time since then, I've just tried to do something a little bit different and see what I learned from it. Like, I want to spend a lot of time just playing around with this stuff, and then everything I learn from just messing around, then be able to like have a concept, have an idea of something, and know the process well enough that I can actually execute it, That's been like a really fun part of this, is just thinking about like what's possible with this sort of process. And I don't know, in a different way, it's like it kind of feels like I'm looking at photography or looking at photos only as material and not as the art or the thing. Does that make sense? I feel like a lot of the stuff that I'm interested in, or the stuff that maybe would catch my eye, is like not graphic in the sense of like things that are graphic in nature, but I like shapes and I like lines and I like definition, and a lot of that stuff, and black and white, I think a lot of that stuff lends itself well to this kind of stuff. And so it's got me thinking about even older photos and things that I shot that were never for anything. They were just, oh, that looks cool, the idea of all of those things, like, I don't know, having a different life or a different purpose. And then today, even when I was shooting photos for my neighbor of his birds, I was like, as I was shooting, I was thinking, and it was like really high contrast because it was the bare trees, basically silhouetted against the sky. And I was just the whole time thinking about that, like, oh, this would work well to incorporate in some kind of print, as a background or as the main thing, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just looking at it as all of these little things as possibilities. It's been a lot of fun. Let's see. I want to try some sort of mixed media with my work this year. My brain likes to keep everything separate, but I feel like I need to push myself more. Yeah, you have to remind yourself of that, and like constantly. To me, I always think every time I'm doing something and I'm like keeping my hands busy, every time I'm like, that's it. That's all I have to do. As soon as I get started on something and I'm not like in that thinking stage, immediately I'm just, I'm I'm happier. Like it's just I feel so much better just by starting. And lately, that's what I've been doing with this. I love how quick it is. I mean, we've been sitting here yapping, so this has taken a long time. But like, you lay your ink down, you get your transfer, wait a couple minutes for it to dry, or use a heat gun or a hair dryer, then add your next layer, and it's overall it's a quick process. The little bit of waiting time in there, it's nothing. So I've loved the idea of being able to just grab something and start playing. If I'm walking around and looking with my camera, it's a totally different kind of feeling, or it's a different kind of thought process where I'm making all of these decisions and I'm saying no, or I don't like this, I don't like that. I'm saying no to a lot of different things. Whereas with this, whatever happens, happens. And it's a total, like, it's just so free in that way. It's been so much fun. Oh, sorry. You have a blue, yellow, white one from earlier. Oh, yeah. You might be talking about this one. Is that it? Oh, yeah. Art helps with that seasonal affective disorder in these colder months. Currently into stone carving / sculpture. Hell yeah, Tyler. That's awesome. Yeah. Seasonal depression is brutal. Depression in general is brutal, but here lately, oh whoops, we're not on the overhead cam. Sorry, Tyler. Is this the one? That's what I meant to ask earlier. Is this the print that you're talking about? Let me pull up the chat again. Had a dude shoot. Oh yeah. So that one, I'll find it here. That was, yeah. I cut that one out because I didn't like the print, and then I just slapped it on. It's here somewhere. There it is. That one. I feel like... Sorry, I'm trying to read these. I thought maybe... Oh, there it is. Will we get a tattoo tour at some point? No, I doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. I've just got a bunch of tattoos that are either random cameras that I had over the years or like family stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not one to show off my I mean, I don't care if people are around and they want to see them, but yeah, I don't know. It's funny. People have asked me that for literally, like, I think since I started the channel, and I was just like, nah. I do have an M6. It's right there on my wrist. It's not really focusing well. But yeah, I've got an M6, the 500 cm SX70, and my first camera, my Minolta. I was hanging out at the tattoo shop all the time, basically getting free tattoos. Not actually free, obviously, but might as well be. And so, yeah, I got tattooed a lot back in the day. And now it's like I got my hand tattooed in 2021, I think, maybe. Possum skull. Possums rule. And I have a certain history with ticks, which possums just so happen to be the number one tick eradicator out there. So because of that certain history, ticks and I have, me and possums, we're like that now. So whoops, didn't mean to hit that. Let's see. Is it a full sleeve or just patchwork? Oh yeah, it's all just, it's like I always refer to it as like a sticker collection. It's just tattoo here, tattoo here, tattoo here, and then any of the little gaps between it, just shade it to fill the gap right there. Yeah, it was just a matter of, well, no appointments in the shop today. You want to get one today? That sort of thing. At least some of them, not all of them. Tyler. Oh, well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I will send you a DM. I mean, this was not. Let me cut back to. This was not by any means like the print that I had in mind. This was just I cut it out because I needed to put it on something, and I slapped it on this. And this was, I think, one of the first pieces of paper I tried to do a transfer on, and you can see how well that worked out. If you want, Tyler, I would be happy to turn this into something and like keep working with it. But I mean, if you just want this scrap, send me a message with your address and I'll just mail it to you. You can have it. Let me pull up. Do ticks do anything good at all? I feel like they just suck all around, pun intended. No. I feel like maybe I've read somewhere that ticks have some sort of impact, some kind of positive impact. They had an absolutely negative impact on me, though. So, and a lot of people that I know. So, yeah, I think they're like wasps, where it's just like, if you ever see one, they're the enemy. They serve as a food source, and that's it. Yeah, they're awful. Tyler, right on. I'll keep playing with it, man, and then I'll surprise you with whatever it ends up being. Cliche question, but which tattoo hurt the most? I'm a fan of that pastel yellow and blue color. I got you, Tyler. I'll keep it in that realm. Tattoo that hurt the worst? Probably, yeah, it would be my chest. The sternum spot, like the little divot right here. Oh, that spot, that sucks. But then like it's weird, like up here, it feels like you're getting your throat tattooed. When it's on like the higher up you go in your chest, it feels like it's so much higher because your whole throat is feeling it. But yeah, like lower chest, right in the sternum, I would say that's the worst spot. That I also weighed like 115 pounds probably when I got my chest tattooed. Like I was skin and bones, malnourished. That was the worst spot, I think, especially because it was just solid. It was right on the bone. When you said that, it's like you relived it for a sec. I remember exactly that feeling. I hated it. Molly has the backs of her knees done. Like not her knee cap, which she wants to do, but the back of her knees are tattooed. So like think the ditch of your elbow, which also sucks, but imagine that behind your knees. That to me sounds awful. And she got that done when she was like, I don't know, 18 or 19 maybe. She always says she was being a tough girl, she was being a tough, edgy 18-year-old, showing how tough she was. Yeah, the soft skin and always moving. Exactly. It's so funny. Like she's a runner, so anytime she's at a race and people see the backs of her legs, like that's always what people talk about. No matter where we're at, people are like, "Oh my God." Like, yeah. The sternum isn't bone. Oh, it's cartilage, and it hurts when it's rubbed. This is why you see EMTs rubbing sternums on unconscious people. That makes sense. Well, that cartilage it was awful feeling. It was just right over it. I heard elbow area hurts like a mother too. Yeah, elbow sucks. The ditch of the arm, that sucks. The elbow sucks. That would, I guess, probably be second is elbow over the chest. The shin wasn't fun. Yeah, I'd say probably those. let me see here. Yeah, I got to get a different setup here for the chat. I'm going to have to work on that before next week. Inside of my bicep done, and that was sore. Oh, yeah. Yeah, any of like the interior of your arm or legs, that like softer side, woof, that feels awful. I was going to show a couple more of these for those that weren't here at the beginning of the stream. A few more of the gel plates. See, this one right here, it tore because I'm using, you know, just like cheap construction paper. It's not made for, you know, this like heavy material on it, but I love the physical feel of all of it, and the textures. Like this print, I did a layer of the like gel medium, like a clear gel medium between the black and this first layer of like the burnt sienna color, I think it was. Or no, this is like a nutmeg color. But that gel medium, you can kind of see it when the light catches it. You can see like the brush strokes, the little like ridges in the actual texture of it. Maybe you can see it. There we go. You can kind of catch some of that there. I just love the way that stuff feels, or the way it looks, you know, in person, the way it feels. It's just, I don't know what happened here with the like Ninja Turtle face in the sky. I feel like I used my thumb and like maybe spread the gel medium at first with that, so it kind of like wiped away. But now in the shade, like in the shadows, it kind of has a Ninja Turtle head shape. Anyone else seeing that? I feel like the old lady on Billy Madison. Is anyone listening to me? This one, this was one that I made really just for Nora. Figured she would enjoy it because she loves birds, but was trying to see what it would look like to do like different colors just kind of spread around and then just back and forth a little bit with the brayer. Too much color and too like I like the idea, but not at all with these colors or this print, I guess. But this was one of those that just came in that little book of like collage materials. And then yeah, there's that one again. Ninja Turtle symbolism is so poignant and powerful. Hell yeah. Michelangelo, you could say. Michael, thanks for being here, man. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Hope to see you next week. Feels like it could be the fabric in 80s seafood restaurant. Hell yeah. Absolutely. This one, I don't know. Oh, I know what this was. You can kind of see what I was trying to do. If you look at the edges there, where the actual ink that I was putting on the page, you can see this like texture on a wall. That's one of the walls inside the prison. While I was there, I had this in mind of shooting a photo of the textured like cracked paint, and I wanted to just print, like that's all this image is just the texture of a wall, and I wanted to use that as part of one of these prints, you know, and like layering that over top of portraits or over top of other photos. But this was one of the inkjet prints and nothing transferred. So then, you know, I hang on to it because then I look at just this and I'm like, well, if this was used as a background, maybe I could make something out of that. There's there's all kinds of different things that I want to do with this stuff. Like this one feels like a Xerox where I only did the black ink image transfer and then put the gel medium over it and then just immediately put it on the paper. So not adding any kind of color, just using the black over the material below it. That's another like option or technique. There's so many, like just get on YouTube and look up gel plate printing, and like this stuff is just me playing around. You'll see people who make insane stuff. It's just super fun. So we'll probably do that in a video very soon, where we just kind of sit down, make some more of these, and I'll talk about it, and talk about a bunch of other stuff as well. But yeah, glad you guys enjoyed that one. I'm hyped on the color. The print is whatever, but I like that color combination. Tyler, I'm going to hang on to this one for you, and I'll keep messing with it, and I'll have something for you soon. Tomorrow, I don't think... Everyone's going back to school tomorrow, so it'll be just me and Forrest. So maybe tomorrow morning, while he and I are just chilling. He's been coloring with me and drawing and stuff, so yeah, maybe he and I will work on some printing tomorrow while everyone's at school. It does look like a blurry X-ray. I totally see that. The one that didn't print. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's fun. I also, another thing I've wanted to do for a while, and I've talked about it on stream or in videos and stuff, but like just having an outlet and having a you know, I don't want to make merch that just has my name on it. Like I want to make things and make cool stuff and fun, silly stuff. And essentially just creating like a brand as like an outlet, a creative outlet. And over the last week, I've talked to, I mean, it started as this like, well, I don't want to make shirts that just say my name or whatever. Like that's why I would do the document your life stuff. It's like if I'm going to make merch or make stuff like that, I'll do it when I have the idea for it or when it feels right. And so there's been all kinds of different things I've wanted to make for a while, and I just have talked myself out of it. And over the last week or two, there have been more conversations about different options, I guess, or different ideas, and progress has been made over the last week on that, and I'm super excited. And more possibilities for like different things to make. It's not just a matter of, I didn't want to make a thing or have like this outlet and just make, you know, a couple t-shirts and a hat and call it a day. I want to be able to like make more than that. And talking to a friend who has essentially gone from what they used to make their own goods, now they just do manufacturing for other brands. And talking to him, they're also an Ohio company in Gallipolis, River City Manufacturing, and it's just opened up like so many more possibilities for different things that I want to make. It's always been like, but I have no idea how I could make that or what would go into making that. With him and just with them, everything that they do as a company, it seems like there's a lot more possibility. So I'm excited for that. Can't say too much more other than that right now, but I am excited. There we go. Yeah. See, I'm going to need to keep tweaking things here. Move the mic arm a little bit. I'm still a work in progress. Tell you what, the iPhone 15 Pro Max, I think that's what I've got. It's what I've been using as my main camera here, and kind of just makes me want to use it to make all of my videos because of how simple it is. There we go. But yeah, it's 10:41 here. We'll probably keep it going a little bit longer if anyone has any questions for me. And we can just kind of close out last little bit of the stream here. There we go. Yeah, using the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I think the cameras are different, so I think it matters. I want to just say the iPhone 15 Pro or iPhone 15, but yeah, it works pretty well. You know, it works pretty seamless. It's like I open OBS and it immediately connects to my camera or connects to the camera on my phone, and I don't have to open up anything on my phone. It just says connecting to the MacBook, and yeah, it's really, really seamless. Sometimes I think I like Adam Savage. If you guys are familiar with him, he films a lot of stuff with like the front-facing camera on his phone, and I could sit there and watch a 45-minute video on that, and I don't care that it's like this is the rear camera, so it's the good one. But yeah, I watch those and I'm like, yeah, who cares? Why do I, set up everything all crazy or, overthink it basically? I don't know. It's very, very, very convenient. Thanks for bringing an hour of calm to the week. Hell yeah, Matt. I appreciate that. That's what I like to hear in the streams and the videos, no matter what it is. There's a lot of noise. The real world, there is a lot of noise in everyone's life. Everyone's life, there's chaos and just, yeah. I like it when I know the videos can just be a little bit of a break from that. Sasha, yeah, I have used Apple Log. I used that when I filmed an entire video on this phone, the 15 Pro Max, like right after I got it. It was a couple of years ago, year and a half ago in Atlanta. There's a video on the channel about going to Atlanta for an event called Film Stock. And that whole video, I didn't want to bring a bunch of stuff on the trip because I didn't want to pack a bunch of gear. I just wanted to bring like my camera to take photos and that's it. So I just filmed everything on my phone and it was amazing. Like, I think because I'm a camera nerd and a photographer, like I think about using the camera in those ways. So like when I go to film my YouTube videos, I naturally think, well, I want to use this and film it this certain way. But sometimes I think that just gets in the way. And it's like, that's not the point. I didn't start making a YouTube channel to make pretty looking YouTube videos. Like, it was about what was in the video, the message or the idea, the information. And sometimes I think being a like solo creator, being the person who like sets up the camera and does the editing and all that, and because it's a channel about photography, so we're going to be paying more attention to that kind of stuff, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I annoy myself so much with that because I want to just film with my iPhone and keep it simple. So I don't know, maybe I should. New colorway of the MD strap is rad. Just saw it this morning. Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, that's... we've got some new options. I'm going to start making vids with my phone of my photo trips. Can't carry an extra camera due to my disabilities, so this looking good is reassuring. Oh, yeah. Yeah, use your phone. Like, I think for most things, really, not just photography-related stuff, but, like, we watch stuff that is recorded on our phones all of the time, so we always overthink that kind of stuff, Excuse me. I hope I feel better next week. Your hair will be iconic no matter what camera you use. I appreciate that. The hair needs trimmed right now. It needs cut. I'm not going to cut it all off, but it's been a while, and it is heavy. Are these scheduled live? Sorry if I missed that info. Oh, no worries. Yes, they are every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, every Wednesday. That's the live stream schedule. potentially some other nights as well here and there that might be a little bit more just like impromptu, where it's not scheduled or planned. I might just have some evenings where I can. But for the year, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I usually try to get out here and get it like set up and rolling about an hour beforehand. So you should see it pop up in your subscription box then. But hey, everybody, hit the subscribe and ring that bell and all those things. I guess now would be a good time to say that. But they do say that that makes a difference. I mean, people have told me like, hey, I didn't see this video in my subscription box, and I am still subscribed to the video. That kind of stuff. It just, I don't know. YouTube is a mess, but yeah, that's when we're here. Are Leicas worth it? That depends. Depends on which Leica and how much you use it, and how much money you have for other things in life. There are a million variables to that question. I personally really like some, not all Leica cameras, but some. My M6 is my favorite camera ever, and I wouldn't recommend that camera to everybody, that's for sure. My wife hates that camera. My wife hates rangefinders with a passion, so I can't say they're worth it or that I recommend them, but if you have a chance to like try one out, I encourage you to do that, because I really like it. I will literally watch Willem's 2-hour videos on repeat, and they're like 99% all iPhone. That's funny. He and I have had that conversation a bunch, because I texted him and I was like, are you filming on your phone? And he's like, dude, it's the best. Like it eliminates that, that extra step and that space on your mental plate, Willem and Matt could be related with how calming their videos are. Willem is one of the best dudes. I've said it a bunch before. Like, I've been around since the first GoPro wide angle. Yeah, that's the thing. I started with the GoPro, so I don't know why I sweat it. Yeah, Willem is the best dude. If you've never met Willem in person, yeah, Willem Verbeek. If you've never met Willem, I always tell people, I'm like, if you watch his videos and you enjoy him, but you always wonder like, what's he like in person? It's exactly like what you would expect. Willem's one of the best. Anytime I can, I vouch for that dude, because he's one of the good ones, genuinely. Oh, I appreciate that. Appreciate the like. Try a Leica M2 if you can, cheaper and still a tank. FYI, there's no meter in the M2. Yep. Yeah, that's true. The M2 is a good option. Man, honestly, I don't even know what the prices are these days. Do you know Sir? Is that Sir? How is that pronounced? I don't know them, but I know of them for sure. But I don't think we've ever spoke. But I've known Willem for a long time. It's funny, actually. I wonder if I could find it. Let me see. That might be funny. Let's see if I can find that. Yep. So, got a box of prints here. It's like all prints that I've got from friends and stuff, but this one right here, I don't think, yeah, there's no note. The note is in here, I'm sure, but I'm not gonna put Willem on blast like that. But let me cut to, I've got, if anyone remembers these photos here, years ago, before I actually knew Willem, he sent me a print, a couple prints actually, and a note, just being a nice, kind gentleman, just saying, hey, my name's Willem, I've watched your videos, and, just introducing himself. Just being a kind person. And that was my introduction to Willem. And ever since then, he's been one of the best humans. And especially like in times when life is crazy and all the ups and downs and stuff, Willem is one of them that will, you know, you get a text from them, they're looking out for their people. Yeah, he's a good human. Willem's pastel era, hell yeah, that's awesome. Got my M2, it's super beat up, 815 euros, so just over 1,000. Oh, that's nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, M2s. M3, I did a video on the M3 a long time ago, I remember, and it feels amazing. But yeah, I've just had the M6 all this time, though. I don't think I would have bought my Mamiya 7 without his videos, so I'm 3K down because of that guy. That's awesome. Yeah, I'd say a lot of people have found their way into a Mamiya 7 thanks to Willem. Oh, hey, what's up, Vinny? Thanks for being here. Stoked you're here. What's your current daily carry camera? It's still the M6, but honestly, lately, oh, look at this. I forgot this was still up here. Guy gets a Nikon and all of a sudden he's a birder, you know? Yeah, I've got the 70 to 200 on here right now because I was shooting those photos for my neighbor of the birds. But honestly, the Z8 with the 35, that has been my daily carry camera. Granted, I haven't been carrying a whole lot with being sick and the weather and everything, but when I leave the house, I've just been taking this and the 35, and I think the 35 might be in there, but regardless, put a body cap on here before I make anybody nervous. Let's see here. Yeah, the Z8. It is. It's awesome. I really, really like this camera a lot. And I've just been using this as like my daily carry anytime I leave the house, and also just while I've been at home with the family. I've been using this with the 35, mostly just to try and get familiar with it so that I know the camera inside and out, and when I'm using it in like work scenarios, there's never an issue. Like that's the priority. So I've been using it a lot and trying to get more familiar with it in video as well, but so far I really enjoy it. Are you still using the Pentax 17? Not at the moment, because Tyler Rossum, one of my best friends and who's been filming videos with me, Tyler has been using it for a little while, and once he gets it, or once he's done with it, you know, I can make a video or something if you guys are interested. But honestly, I told Tyler he could keep it because he's having fun with it and I'm not using it. So, and it was given to me. So at least for the indefinite future, I've just told Tyler, keep having fun with it. Oh, Matt Seal. Matt, you just missed, who was it? I think it was Michael. Was it Michael Hathaway? Earlier in the chat was saying, when is the GOAT Matt Seal going to come and be on the channel again? I told him you'd be just delighted to hear that. Yo, Matt, let me borrow that M6. Yeah, I don't know, Tyler. Maybe you open the box and you'll get that print and something else. Don't get your hopes up, though. Not going to lie, when I switched from Nikon DSLR to other digital cameras, I've never been happy with a camera since. Yeah, I feel that. I really always enjoyed the Nikon DSLRs, and this is as close to it as I can get, I think, without actually being a DSLR. Love your work and have learned a lot with your channel. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's awesome to hear. Stick to, yep, there you go, Tyler. Well, yeah, that's going to do it for this stream, I think. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. This was a fun one. It was fun to make some prints. If you guys want to see more of that, I'll be doing a video on it as well, but maybe we'll try some more on another stream. Any photo books that you guys want to see specifically for next week, let me know, and I can start putting a list together of some books maybe that we'll take a look at next week. Last few questions here. For a daily rangefinder that doesn't make you nervous to carry, would you go for an Would you go for an Olympus 35 SP or a Canon L6? Brother, I have not used either of those, so I can't say. I know you say you've got the R4A, but for something that you're less nervous to carry, I say use that. I say just keep using the Voigtlander. You've got a killer camera already. I say go for it. Just stick with that one. That's the whole reason I always end up getting rid of other 35mm cameras or other point and shoots and stuff. Because every time I get it and I think I'm going to use it, I'm always like, I should just use my M6 instead. Have I adapted the Voigtlander to the Z8? I have, but not that often because the autofocus is so good that I just enjoy using that. Thank you for a great stream as always, Matt. I hope you and the fam are feeling better soon. Thank you, Matt. Not Matthew Seal, the other Matt. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thanks for being here. All right. I am about to go inside. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all joining me tonight. And yeah, we will be back soon. Next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you guys then.